So today, as I said, we're going to be doing an overview on the tax partnership. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what it is, how you can get involved with the software, and how the program, the partnership actually works. Okay, so who are we and what are the services? What are the partnership services? What are the different packages that are available to you as a tax provider so that you're currently or serving your clients efficiently and effectively? What are some of the benefits and features of the software products that we offer? And then an invitation to join our team, okay? So I wanna just say, when I say join our team, that's just basically a partnership. It's nothing unusual going on, okay? So, about us. We are a tax software provider offering software solutions and tax preparation services to thousands of partners across the country. Right now, you all, for those of you who are unfamiliar with My Financial Home, we are currently in about 38 states as I speak, and we have grown to 7 countries. So 38 states and 7 countries is where we have a local where we have clients, not necessarily a local presence, but where we have clients, okay? The software itself is a remedy for tax professionals. All right, so I gave you guys a little overview about me, an in-depth overview about me, but again, I am the founder and CEO of My Financial Home, as well as the founder and COO of the Tax Curative Software. I have over 25 years of experience in the industry itself, not just tax, but just accounting in general. I've been in taxes and accounting. I've been in accounting since I graduated. I'm not going to even tell you guys how long that's been, but 25 years gives you a great indication. I am a television Money Matters individual expert on Fox Television, where I talk about retirement, I talk about taxes, I talk about anything as it relates to money, business on the business side as well as on the personal side. The one thing that I love about Fox is that they give me the freedom to have my community send in questions as to what they want answered live on TV. So I love it because a lot of times the questions that flash up on the television that I have no idea what's coming in are questions from people down here in the Los Angeles area. My segment is in Sacramento, so I go up to Sacramento to do my segment. Okay, as I stated before, I was awarded the 2017 Lifetime Achievement Award by President Barack Obama, which I love the fact that, you know, it's an honor and it was all based on community service. So I love it. I am a 6-time best-selling author. You guys can find all of my books on Amazon.com. A couple of them I was a co-author with others, and the rest of them I actually wrote on my own. So head over to Amazon.com and pick up a couple of them. One of them, my #1 book was Unveiling the Mask, and we are in the month of October. We are in the month of recognizing domestic violence, and that book talks about my experience with domestic violence and how I lost everything and found myself what I call on financial struggle road due to domestic violence in a marriage. The book itself, it gives you financial advice and steps for getting your life back on track as it relates to money. All right, so it's a great book. Thought I'd give that book a little plug because we are in the month of October, where across the nation we are recognizing and educating folks as it relates to domestic violence. All right, so it's a great book over on Amazon. So what are the services that we offer with the tax software company? #1, we are a service provider, as I stated, meaning we offer various software packages to our clients that are in the tax and accounting industry. If you guys know anything about tax software, like I do, over the years, it has gradually increased the rate itself. And what those that are not in the industry don't realize is that tax software, the rates increase year over year over year, and it is an expense to our business every year. So every year over the past 20 years, I have been purchasing software to the tune of anywhere. It started out, you all, probably about $1,300 for tax software. And now tax software has grown to an enormous amount where if you want all the bells and whistles, to packages in the tune of like 2,700. But it all depends on the packages that you purchase, okay? So just keep that in mind as we progress tonight. We offer CFO and accounting services, business formation services, branding and marketing services. It is important in any industry that you're in that you are branding yourself, you are marketing yourself. You know, it's important to be seen, to be heard, and to be known. If you're not being seen, if no one hears you, if no one sees you, then how do they know you? So that's important to make sure that you are marketing your services and people are knowing you, getting to know you. Of course, I said tax preparation fees, and we offer tax courses. Our tax courses are accredited through the Internal Revenue Service as well as CTEC. CTEC is in California, for those of you who are unfamiliar with CTEC, but we in the state of California, our course is approved through them. All right. So, why am I stuck? So let's get into the tax packages that I want to talk about tonight. Okay, so we have 4 different packages that I want to stress and talk to you all about. I'm going to give you a general overview on each of the packages as we go along, and then at the end I'll give you a full recap on each of the packages as far as what are some of the other things that they include. So partnership level number 1 is our starter kit. Our starter kit is designed for that tax professional who does not have an EFIN number. They are going to probably dibble and dabble into taxes for their very first year, or maybe they're not even at their first year. We do have some people who purchase the product, the package, who have been doing taxes for years, but they only do their family's taxes. Maybe they do a few people at work, but it's under that 25 threshold. They don't have an EFIN number, but they want to still be able to provide a service to their family and maybe some of their friends. This is a web-based software. We do have it such that it could be web-based, or it could be mobile on your phone, or desktop or web. It is the Tax Curative Software product is available in all states, or the software is for all states, all 50 states. It's not like you're paying for tax software and you're only doing it in the state in which you reside. You will have access to federal in all 50 states. You will have access to the bank and IRS services that you can register for. Now, with this particular package, our partnership package number 1, the starter package, there is a revenue split. The revenue split is a 60-40. And as we proceed, I will talk a little bit more about the revenue share, but I want to just give you a high level right now as to this particular package is a 60-40 split, okay? Our next partnership package is level number 2. It's the growth package. What I love about this package is that if you are new in the industry and you are really working to progress and get your business up and off the ground, this is the package that I may typically say to folks, start with this one. This one means that you, as the tax professional, must have your own PTIN and you must have your own EFIN number. All right, you must have your own PTIN and you must have your own EFIN number. This one will entitle you to process at minimum 50 returns. Now, keep in mind the first package that I showed you, it will allow you to process at least 25. You can always exceed that number, but you must, you have to do at least 25 over there and you have to do at least 50 here. All right. It is a web-based. You are entitled to all of the states, all 50 states. And with this particular product, you can offer the bank products. You offer the bank products with the other one, but it's a little different because you don't have your EFIN. All right. No matter what, on all of our packages, you are required to have a PTIN. You are required to have a PTIN. In order to collect money on any returns, it states that you must have a personal tax identification number. A personal tax identification number identifies you. It tells us that you prepared the return and you are the tax preparer that's responsible for that return. The EFIN, just so that all of you are clear on this webinar, the EFIN pretty much tells the Internal Revenue Service that that return was managed out of my office. I oversaw the return before I transmitted the return. I, the business owner or my business officer, was the person responsible for reviewing and ensuring that the return was completed accurately. So ultimately, the tax office is responsible for all income tax returns that come out of their office. So that's not why we need an EFIN. We need an EFIN so that we can electronically file the tax returns. But the EFIN identifies us as the officer over the organization responsible for everything leaving the door, okay? So I will open this up for Q&A as we get a little further on, but right now, if you guys can just hang with me on the ride, that would be great. So I can't see all the questions that may be popping up in the room, but if you have questions, make sure you leave them for me. Make sure you put them in the chat because I will pop over there in the chat and make sure I address the questions. All right. So package number 3. Package number 3 is what we call our scale kit. The price of this package is $979. This package, of course, requires that you, as the professional, you have your EFIN number and you have your PTIN number. It also means that you will be providing or preparing, shall I say, at minimum 100 returns. I want you guys to know, for those of you who are new in this industry, that the average brand new tax preparer that is doing this on a part-time basis can prepare anywhere from probably about 7 to 10 returns per week. We have 12 weeks in tax season. So if you take on the high, 10 returns per week times 12 weeks, that's 120 returns in itself. You will see that there are weeks when you will, by default, prepare more than 10 returns. And again, it will depend on how you market your business, if you ask for referrals, and that's one thing that we talk about in our marketing course, making sure you ask for referrals. But I just want to give you guys a gauge, like if some of you are on this webinar and you're uncertain about how many returns you think you're going to file, just think about it from a standpoint of the average new preparer does anywhere on a weekly basis from about 5 to 10, it's about maybe 7, I'm going to say 7 to 10 returns each and every week. Each and every week. So there's 7 days in a week. Maybe you don't work all 7 days. Maybe you work 5 days. So if you did 7 returns, average on the low, that means you're doing a return every single day, and maybe 2 days you're doing some extras. So that's not a lot. But as you think about what package works best for you, I'm giving you some numbers that can help you gauge where you think you may fit in the big scheme of things when we're talking about these partnership packages. Okay, so a lot of you probably will fall right here in this scale kit, with the scale kit partnership level 3, based on what I just shared with you. Okay, with this package, there is still a revenue split. The revenue split is 80-20. All right, and then last but not least, the last package that we have is partnership package number 4, and that is our professional kit. That is for tax offices that are growing, like they're really scaling. They are processing anywhere from definitely way beyond the 150 returns. They are working full time. They probably have other experts in their office that will be assisting them, but at minimum, they are processing 150 returns. Okay. On a good year, my office, and it could be just me, and that's when I'm hustling, I could easily process and kick out 500 returns. And that is during tax season from January to April. From January to April. So you have to determine what your office looks like. You have to determine when the bulk of your returns will be coming through. Every tax office is a little different. There are tax offices where they see the bulk of their clients in January and February. And then there's tax offices who see their clients in March. Why March? Because maybe those offices are dealing with corporate returns or business returns, and a lot of them are due March 15th. And then, of course, you have offices such as mine where I may see the bulk of my clients come through at the last minute. I kid you all not, those of you that are joining me on the webinar, I have clients that come throughout, but I kid you not, like I recall one tax season, kid you guys not on this webinar tonight, I recall doing approximately 60 returns the last 2 weeks of tax season. That was just me. So if I did 60 returns the last 2 weeks of tax season, imagine what the rest of the season was. So that's why we're so tired after tax season and we shut down for a couple of weeks and our clients just don't understand. So this is package number 4, the professional package. So I've gone over 4 packages thus far. So let me kind of give you a recap of what all the packages encompass. Number 1, of course, you get the free e-filing. Now there are some software packages out there that will charge you what we call like an a la carte fee. You know, they will only allow you a certain amount of tax returns at a certain threshold before they start charging you. All of our packages, every single one of our packages, with the exception of the starter package, you have the capability to have up to 10 users. If you need more than 10, then we can work to get you more than 10. But I typically don't find in the smaller offices that there are more than 10 tax preparers in the office. But just know you can have up to 10 without a problem, okay? We offer bank products. Our bank products are through Santa Barbara Taxpayer Group. With those bank products, not necessarily we, but it comes with the software, things such as cash advance. For those of you who have taken my tax course, we've talked about this in some of our sessions. But what are bank products? It means that you, as the taxpayer, can offer bank products to all of your clients who are coming in for professional services. You will find that in this particular industry that a lot of consumers, a lot of taxpayers rely on the bank products. It will be your responsibility to offer the bank products to all of your clients, no matter what. If they say no, that's fine, but you should offer them to all of your clients, all right? And that's part of the partnership, making sure that you do the bank products. So other features that are available, you are entitled to technical support. Our technical support team is responsible for all customer service related items. Technical support meaning maybe you can't transmit. Maybe you're stuck somewhere with the software. Maybe you have an error message and you don't know what that error message is telling you. Maybe you transmitted a file and it rejected and it's telling you the reject reason, but for some reason you're not tech savvy, you can't figure it out. you can pick up the phone and call our tech support staff, and they will assist you. Software training. We will train any and all of our partners who come in. Software training will occur in the month of December, the earlier part of December, because software companies typically release the taxware somewhere around Thanksgiving time. So that will give you an opportunity to upload, play around with things, set up some of the things that you can set up. But during the training, that's where we will get together, virtual, and do some training. Set our prices up, set up our worksheets, set up or understand how to print, understand where do we put select forms in select areas on the tax return. But it will be an opportunity for you to walk through real live scenarios, especially if you are new in this industry. Okay, unlimited individual returns, and there are some of the features, depending on the package, you will have access to unlimited business returns. Now, the business returns, that feature is not available on all of our packages. So just keep that in mind. And when I say business returns, I want to be very clear as to what that is. A business return may mean a Form 1120, which is a corporate return, 1120S, which is an S Corp, a 1065, which is a partnership, or a estate planning. So not all of the packages come capable for you to do those things. The other great thing that I love about the software, which is not on here, I don't think I put it on here, my team didn't put it on, we didn't, is the fact that, gosh, where was I getting ready to go with the tax software? Oh, the tax software. For those of you who work with your clients in December and do, or, you know, at the last quarter, you're doing year-end tax planning, you're doing strategy sessions to get them ready for the new year, and you find out that some of your clients require assistance with W-2s and 1099s, the software will come with the capabilities for you to process the 1099s and the W-2s. And the great thing about it is you just hit a button and that transmits to the Internal Revenue Service automatically. All right, so that's the beauty of what I love. So what are some of the perks as being a partner with us? Let me see what questions I have in here. Let's see, let me stop and see. Okay, so those were questions, not really question statements. Okay, perfect. So what are some of the partnership benefits? You have over 40 years of solid experience. Our team is well diverse, not only on the technical side, not only on the accounting side, but just business savvy individuals around all over on our staff. The bank products. I talked briefly about the bank products. Some of the features of the bank products is they provide you with marketing material. You get reports that can be ran throughout the day with Santa Barbara Taxpayer Group. You get reports on when a return was rejected, when a return is not going to fund. And what do I mean by not fund? You can transmit a file, it tells you it was transmitted, accepted, and it went through automatically. But we get a printout every single day at the top of the day if something went awry with a tax return. So if you've already done your client's tax return and they told you that everything was clear and free and nothing was going on with the Internal Revenue Service, but the Internal Revenue Service processed the return, but guess what? There was an issue. So you communicated to the client that they were getting back $7,380. But guess what? The IRS kept $5,000. Yep, the IRS kept $5,000. So the refund amount was less than what you told them. You're going to get a report that's going to tell you that the refund is less. Now, it's not going to disclose or tell you why, but it's giving you a report in the morning because the moment you get the report, it probably has hit the client's checking account. And so by that time, the client is calling you saying, hey, Cosette, my refund is not the same amount that you instructed me or told me it was going to be. My response would be, yeah, I got a report. It shows that it was lower than what you anticipated. I'm going to recommend that you put in a call to the Internal Revenue Service so that you can get clarity as to why your refund was lower than what I anticipated it to be. 9 times out of 10, to all of you on here who are new, or I may have some experienced people on my webinar today, the reason why is because there was some type of offset. The client knew about it. They really did know about it. Don't let them tell you that they didn't. And so put the responsibility back on them. You're in the midst of tax season. You're processing tons and tons of returns, and you have a job to do. They knew either they had garnishment, they had back child support, whatever the case may be. Just cordially say, yes, my report shows that it was lower. You will get reports that will tell you when the funds are supposed to hit your account, the funds that you deducted from your client's tax preparation fees, those fees, when they hit your account. You may get a text message stating your account will be funded tomorrow. Marketing material. You will even get reports where your client gave you the wrong routing number or account number, and so it rejected. And what will happen is you'll get a report that says you need to print the check, or sometimes they'll print the check at Santa Barbara Taxpayer Group and forward it to your client. But most of the time they put the responsibility on us to print the check. So there's a lot of great things about the bank products. As you become a long-term client with Santa Barbara Bank and Trust, what I love about them is that they give us, as professionals in the industry, an opportunity to prepare ourselves for tax season. So when we prepare for tax season, we may bring on a staff, we may need to get laptops, we may need to get office furniture, we may need to invest in marketing to get the word out. Santa Barbara Taxpayer Group allows tax preparers to draw down on proceeds that they will be receiving in the future. That's a great thing. Some people get up to $20,000 right now during this time so that they can do some spending for the upcoming tax season, some marketing, some advertising, some radio shows, buying a lot of different things. So that's a great thing that the bank offers. All right. For all of you, you know that you must have an EFIN when we download our software. We can download our software without the EFIN, but once we communicate to the bank and we register with the bank, then we got to have our EFIN in order to take advantage of those products. Here's the big one, you guys, the Cash Cow Revenue Booster. That is such a game changer to all of you who are new in the industry. And for those of you who maybe your confidence level is not where it should in preparing returns. The Cash Cow Revenue is never turn down money, never turn down a tax return. If you, as a partnership with My Financial Home, having a partnership, if you get a return and you don't feel confident in preparing the return, then we will take on the return. But here's the thing, there's a revenue split. So any return that we do, we will take the revenue and we'll give the difference back to you. So whatever program you're under, if it's the 60-30, 60-40, 70-20, 70-30, or 80-20, that's how the revenue will be split. If it's 70-30, we would get 70% of the revenue, you would get 30, because we did the work. We want you to still build your clientele We want you to still increase your revenue or grow your revenue. So we're not going to say, okay, we'll do the whole return and you're not going to get anything. No, you establish the relationship with this client and we want you to continue to maintain the relationship. Once we complete the return, then we give it back to you so that you can go over the return and give it to your client. All right. With this program, as if you decide to partner with us, we do weekly training calls. They're 1 call per week. And during those times, we let you guys know this is the time to get all of your questions out. Don't ask us questions after the call. Take advantage of the weekly call because that's your opportunity. All right. We will do a second look before e-filing. And what I say to all of our partners is there's no way in heck that we can look at every single return that comes out of your office, especially when we have multiple partners. So we ask of all of our partners to make sure that you do your due diligence in preparing the return. If it is a difficult return, one in which you haven't done in the past, then we would be more than happy to review that return. But if it's an easy return, you do them 7 days a week, 6 days a week. Why do we need to look at all of your returns? We don't. You got to step up and build confidence. But if it's a difficult return, we know it's a difficult return for a newbie. All right. So those are some of the benefits of partnering with us. Am I stuck again? Okay. So you're probably on the other end asking how do you join, but let me stop right there and I'm going to answer some of these questions. We being a partner, we are working under your company or our own company. Okay. So as a partner, you are working under your own company. I don't know who asked the question. You have your own EFIN. The only way you are working with us if you don't have an EFIN, and that is in the starter kit. That is option number 1. But with all of the other options, you are working under your company. You are working as your own business. The purpose of having your EFIN is so that you can transmit. The purpose of the partnership is a twofold. Number 1, you're getting the software at a discounted rate. Number 2, you're building the partnership so that number 1, we as an experienced office can assist you with some of the difficult returns, and we can assist you by, I don't want to say holding your hand because we're not, but we're holding the weekly calls to assist you. We're keeping you up to know with the tax changes that change frequently throughout the tax season. There's things such as, there's a lot that goes on, a lot of movement during tax season. So during those weekly calls, we're informing you of those things, hiccups that could possibly occur, anything. So you are standalone, you are independent, unless you purchase package number 1, meaning you are coming in using our EFIN number. And if you're using our EFIN number, then of course we have to check every return that comes through. The profit share is a little different. And of course, you still have access to some of the other benefits. All right. What if we receive a return that we don't know how to process? Should we tell our client we can't assist them and pass it on to our partners? Or pass it on to our partners. You never want to tell them that you cannot assist them. You just want to let them know that someone on your team will be taking care of the return. And you can handle that conversation however you choose to. For instance, you may have your best friend come to you and ask you to do a return. I would think that you would be very transparent with your friend and say, not a problem, Chanel, I'll get this done. I'll have someone on my team do it. I personally will not do it, but I will have someone on my team. Or it may be a total stranger that you don't know. Maybe they were referred to you. And the conversation can go something of, not a problem, Mr. Smith. We will be happy to get this done. Never quote anything to anyone until you speak to our office, because we want to make sure that we're all on the same page as to what we're going to charge Mr. Smith, so that you're happy with your revenue split and we're happy with our revenue split. We're doing this as a way to partner with you to still give you an opportunity to grow your business, because maybe you're a newbie or you've only been in a couple of years, but to give you an opportunity to grow your business, not lose clients, but gain clients. So next year when Mr. Smith comes back to you, maybe you've done enough of those particular types of returns, or maybe you've built up enough confidence. Maybe you've taken some additional continuing education courses as it relates to taxes to help you better understand how you may need to handle his particular situation. So no, don't turn it down. Refer out to us and we will ensure that it gets done. All right. What is the cash cow booster? Okay, so hopefully I've already answered some of these questions that you guys are asking. I just went over what the cash cow booster is. That is an opportunity for you to allow us to assist you in some of the harder or more complex returns that you cannot do. Okay, so I want you to know that there may come a point in the tax season where it's like, we have 10 offices that are like, oh, can you do my schedule? Can you do my schedule? There may be a time where we might have to say, yes, we can get it done. It's going to take a little longer than normal, but we will get it done. Okay. Okay, I can't see who's asking the questions, so it doesn't give me names. So, okay, great. All right. So let me see. Let me read the comments over here in the chat. Oh, for those who haven't. For those who have their own, Ethan, will the company take a fee per return? Yes, there is a profit share to each component, to each of the packages. So to answer that question, yes, I don't remember whose name was there. So how do you join? How do you become a partner with us? How do you purchase your software for the upcoming tax season? It's very simple. It's in a couple of different steps. All you need to do, number one, is to decide what package level you want to come in at. I kind of gave you guys some indicators along the way. Package number one, which is the starter kit, is $379. That's for that tax person who feels like, I'm only going to be preparing family and friends. I don't have an Ethan, but I want to help my family do their return and not send it over to H&R Block or any of the other competitors that they may choose to. So select a package. Package number two was 50 or more returns. You must have an Ethan and you must have a PTIN. And you get all the other perks that come along with it. Of course, there is a revenue share split to that package. Package number three, did I leave out? Package number three was the scale package. And that is for the tax office that will complete the average amount of returns per week, which is anywhere from 7 to 10 returns per week, about 120 returns on the low end per tax season. And that package is $979. All the other benefits come along with it. Before I forget, I just want to throw this out at you. I see a typo. Tax training for the software will start in December. The marketing training that comes with the various packages, that will start in November. So you have a couple of different trainings that will be going on. All right. So to get started, you decide what level. Number two, you sign your partnership agreement. Number three, you purchase the software, submit all required documents, and then you go through training. Okay. Forget the link down there because I don't think I connected it. I totally forgot. So all you have to do is let me know which tax package you want to go with. And if I disagree with you, I'll probably share my reasoning why, and so on and so forth. So pick your level, sign your agreement, purchase the software, submit all documents that are required, and then you go through your training. All right. For those of you who are interested in the 14 steps to jumpstart your tax office, your tax business, all you need to do is text the word jumpstart. Text the word jumpstart to 805-506-4334. Again, text the word jumpstart to 805-506-4334. So before I get to the tail end, I'm sorry, one quick moment, you all. Before I get to the tail end, I want to open it up to Q&A. I cannot see whose name, it doesn't tell me names, but if you have any questions, feel free to put your questions out there. Now is the Q&A time. So I don't see any questions. I believe I answered all of the questions that have been posed in the Q&A section. Let me look in the chat. Oops. Okay. I tried 3 times. I tried the link. Okay, I don't know what that's at. So anyway, if you are interested in the 14, let me pull this back up. Uh-oh, sorry you guys. Sorry. Okay. All right. So if you are interested in the software, and if you are interested in moving forward, if you can just put a 1 in the chat for me, that way I know that we can set up a call and I can get back to you. So on all returns completed, there is a revenue split, or only on the ones? No, there is a revenue split on all of our tax packages. On all of our tax packages, there's a revenue split. Okay. So if you are interested in the tax package, if you are interested in, oops, I messed up. If you are interested in the tax package, level 1, if you can put a 1 in the chat. If you are interested in starter package number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And if you are interested in 3, put package number 3 in the chat. Okay. So what I will do is reach out to each of you. I have everyone's email address, and I can see who's on the, who's participating now. I couldn't see that a moment ago, but let me wrap up this really quickly. Uh-oh, I'm sorry, guys. So as we wrap up, I just want to say this, leave you guys with this quote. Do what you love and the money will follow. If you do what you love, the money will follow. You don't have to go chase the money. I have been in love with finance, accounting, taxes for years, and the money just comes because I do what I love. My information is below if for any of you that have questions. The office number is below and my fax number is below. So feel free to call and I will reach back out to you, or someone in my office will. I don't have my email up here, but let me go ahead and leave my email for those of you who want to contact me with specific questions. But now is a great time for you to ask your questions. The email address is info@White Tax Services. I'm sorry, that was my old company. info@myfinancialhome.com. Again, info@myfinancialhome.com. If I don't get to the question, then my office assistant will definitely address your question as quickly and as soon as we possibly can. So with that being said, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us on the webinar today as we discuss the different packages that are available for tax and accounting professionals for the upcoming tax year. Again, I thank you. Let me see, I see someone popped a question in here. Does the software send the revenue split? I don't know what the question is. So whomever put that in, because it doesn't Calendly. So just so you know, you don't have to resend the question. On the revenue split, everyone is paid out at the end of tax season. That's how the revenue split works. So you get your portion up front, you know, whatever you charge, but you are paid out the split. I'm sorry, I am paid out at the end of tax season, not you. You get your portion. So whoever asked that question, if you have more questions or need clear details, then I'm happy to explain that to you. But it's also spelled out in the contract that I issue to everyone as well. Okay, the tax software itself is TaxWise. I didn't say that, but it is TaxWise. Okay. And what happens, just so that each of you know, when you come on board, then our IT team, our tech team, will take over from there. They will send you the software. They will be the middle person. Of course, we are the company, but they will act as our tech support. So that's when you will see that you will begin to get an email from the team that is assisting us on the technical side. All right. So with that being said, again, I thank all of you for participating in today's webinar. I am holding a webinar on Thursday for any of you who are listening live, and that webinar is how to start and grow a virtue firm. How to start and grow a virtue firm, even if you have no influencers, even if you are not savvy with social media. So if any of you are interested in growing your business, taking it to a whole nother level, then I highly encourage you to join me on my webinar that I will be hosting on Thursday. I will make sure that that information is posted on social media, and I will be emailing that out to select individuals, but it will be out there. All right. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an awesome and amazing night. Thank you for joining me.